GETTYRemortgaging homes is more popular this year. The UK finance data report out this morning shows that lending for house purchases was higher in August 2017 than in both the preceding month and the year earlier. First-time buyers borrowed £5.7 billion in August, 16% more than in July and 12% more than in August 2016. Those getting on the property ladder for the first time took out 34,400 mortgages, 14% up on the preceding month and 9% more year-on-year. Home movers were also active, borrowing £8.4 billion in August, which was 18% more than in preceding month and 20% more than in August 2016. This equated to 38,500 loans, up 17% on July and 13% on August 2016. Over the last 12 months, the number of people remortgaging has been higher than in any period since late 2009. June DC remortgaging by homeowners totaled £6.4 billion, 4% less than in July but 8% more than in August 2016. The number of people remortgaging totaled 36,700, down 1% on July but 5% higher than a year ago. Meanwhile, buy-to-let lending totaled £3.1 billion, down 3% on July 2017 and the same as in August last year. This equated to 20,400 mortgages, the same as in July but 4% more than in August last year. Commenting on the data, UK Finance's head of mortgages policy June DC said activity picked up in August, and recent resilience ensured that borrowing by home movers was at its highest since March 2016, when transactions were boosted by an imminent increase in stamp duty. Over the last 12 months, the number of people remortgaging has been higher than in any period since late 2009. With mortgage rates close to historic lows and the likelihood of a rise in official rates moving closer, the popularity of remortgaging looks set to continue. Monday, March 20, 2017. Top 10 commuter towns to London. Brian Murphy, head of lending for Mortgage Advice Bureau, said this morning's report from UK Finance suggests that August remained a busy time for the UK property market, with overall lending patterns remaining steady. First-time buyers led the charge, with an increase in lending to this group showing increases in both property values and the amounts of properties purchased. Home movers also showed sustained activity, with lending figures to this demographic also returning increases both in terms of the number of properties purchased and the value at which they were bought. Perhaps unsurprisingly, remortgage figures were down slightly on July, showing 1% decrease month-on-month but 5% higher than August 2016. It's likely that small drop month-on-month is more indicative of the holiday period rather than loss of borrower appetite, although the figures do suggest that more homeowners were considering their longer-term finances this summer than last. Getty 2/3 of buy-to-let lending was for remortgage. Brian said buy-to-let lending also paints a similarly interesting picture, with overall volumes of mortgages the same in August as they were in July, and increased by 4% year-on-year. Looking at the lending breakdown, however, we can see that over 2/3 of buy-to-let lending was for remortgage, suggesting that landlords were getting their ducks in a row and re-gearing their properties ahead of the introduction of the new PRA lending legislation, which was introduced in September for portfolio landlords. The UK Finance report also suggests that the proportion of household income to service mortgage payments for both first-time buyers and home movers remained at sub 18% in August. That's not surprising given the ultra-low mortgage details that have been available up until now, even though wage growth has remained flat. GETTYRe: The Bank of England base rate will rise. This would suggest that, should the interest rate rise on the 2nd of November, even with the anticipated repricing of products from lenders to account for a Bank of England base rate rise, there is potentially still a small amount of movement available in terms of expenditure, with the average income multiples for borrowing still under 4 times income for both groups. In spite of all the predicted potential headwinds over the next few weeks, this latest set of data suggests that whilst an increase in interest rates may cause some to pause and consider their next move, the underlying environment for borrowing is quite likely to remain consistent over the coming months. Follow Louisa on Twitter at Louisa Fletcher.